Okay, I think we are live. It's like a good programming album. Let's not loop the track. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let's let people know that we're live. And let's get started doing some work. But, shut up. I'm actually not sending on Twitch here. Is that what it is? How do I not know my own Twitch? That's the one. And lovely jubbly. Hey folks. Okie dokie. Let's do some development. Where was I yesterday? Yes, okay. So to explain the issue, if I launch the project, so it'll take a teeny bit, but we'll let's see what people are up to in the meantime. Let me pull up Discord. Got a cheeky iPad to the side here just to see what people are saying. Do our first build of the day, get all that stale shit going, and see what we're up to, see what we got going on. Because the issue is now that I've copied over the I've started moving over the new character movement so you can look around, but as you can see I'm printing some debug stuff, but I can't actually move. And I'm trying to figure out why that is, and my current best guesstimate is that it's this function, this set base function. Hey Sammy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, just doing some development. My best guess is that it's a set base function here that's causing the issues. So I'm going to copy it over, and we'll see what happens. This is it's very much like working with Unreal's API, which I'm not too familiar with. So is that gonna override? Apparently not. I'm doing good. It's been a fairly relaxed day today. I've got more exams next week, but I'm taking a bit of a break to just do some game dev. I can't type apparently. How you doing, Tenfinix? Yeah, just doing trying to get character movement working again now that I've broken it. Actually, I can just copy this. I don't need to be. I can be a bit lazy. And then I don't know how much of this we actually need. I do also want to understand what I'm writing. You know, I don't want to just copy everything over and then be really lost when things don't work. It's really great graphics, Andrews. This is actually how we're planning on doing a lot of the UI in game. You have to code it yourself. It's it's decently complex, but I have a feeling that a lot of the stuff that we end up doing is going to be more complex. Especially when we get to building out stuff like an RTS map and that sort of stuff, it's going to get a lot more complicated because we'll just be interacting with more services. But until then, see, I've forgotten. Ooh, now that's a fun one. I've forgotten to put the component there, which is kind of important. There we go. How have I managed to name all of these wrong? I'm gonna try and flip the keyboard and the microphone just so I don't fucking ear rape everybody with clicking sounds. Text nearly the same closed backgrounds. I feel like that's really great for accessibility, you know? Like, yeah. I think that's what we'll do. Aesthetically, I think the whole game being a gray screen, I agree. Very much what we're looking to do. I'm very confused what based movement is. Based movement info, nice. Oh lordy. Okay. Let's hop back there. So we need. Okay. We're gonna need a based movement. There's my protected. That's public. That's protected. Hey, it's Josh. How you doing, Josh? I say this. We talked like 5 minutes ago. Daddy is indeed here. Say hi to Daddy, everyone. Oh, we're getting kicked out of H already. Okay. Why are you angry? I need an on-rep. Okay, I'll give you an on-rep. Don't leave, Daddy. Please, Daddy. This is gonna look so weird in the stream. Okay, I've got a biscuit. It's actually not a biscuit, it's a cookie. You're gonna have to let me know if like the eating sounds are too bad. I've lost my based, have I lost the based, based movement? The context for what? For you being called Daddy? I don't think there needs to be any context for that, to be honest. Okay, this needs to be public. I need to organize these better later. Okay. Oh boy, that's a chunker. Well, I haven't actually broken anything yet, but that's because I haven't, like, actually implemented anything yet. Don't cry, Daddy. How bad are the, like, eating noises? Am I allowed to eat on stream, or is it just gonna make everyone sick? Don't do that. Ouch, Josh? Ouch. Okay, I'll try not to eat. That means you've just deprived me of my cookie, which is very sad. But that's okay. Oh god. This is like one of the problems with programming, is like I start copying over stuff and nothing works. Because I need to copy over more stuff. Okay. That's doable. This is all animation stuff. All the root motion things. I don't think we're gonna be using root motion. Maybe I just ignore it. And solved. Okay, we're gonna need a BN-based replication. And on update simulate position. Also public. Do I have birds outside? Can you hear birds? I've just taken my headphone off. I can hear cars. There are occasionally birds that like to sit on top of my I can hear birds now. There are occasionally birds that like to sit like on top of my. Do you know like English houses? Here. Like, it's like the house bit. And then there's like a little thing that like sticks out. Like that. And like, my room is sort of like that. That makes it look a lot bigger than it actually is in relation to the house, but. And then occasionally, like, because this is a window, this is a window, and this is a window. And like the birds like to sit on top of this bit here sometimes. So there's just like a bunch of pigeons up there. No, it's not the chimney. The chimney's like next to me, to the other side. But yeah, they just like to pigeons just like to sit there. I'll like look up and it's just like a pigeon's ass. It's great. What was I doing? We were update simulated positioning. That's not the right thing. No, I've got the windows open because it's like really hot in the UK right now. But I might close them in a little bit. It's getting a little cooler. We are in pretty different parts of the UK, to be fair. But I don't know, is it like really hot where you are as well? Because it's like, what was the weather today? Let's see what the weather app says. Where's my weather app? There's my weather app. The weather app says 19, 20, 22 degrees. That's terrific. That's like incredibly high. I'm going to take a bite of my cookie. Dang, the sun shines in the north. That's amazing. Ah, you bitch. What can I do with this funny little app? Anyway, how about the rest of you? How's the weather where you're at? How are you holding up? Okay, there's like a lot of these little fucking UN32s. I might just copy the lot, to be honest, because like everything relates to them. And I can nuke those and put those in their place. And now you should be, well, wasn't that easy? Still want to copy this back over though, and that's gonna say it can't find character on that update simulated position. Do we have something like that? Okay. The fuck is a cycle stat? Performance data thing. Interesting. Do I need performance? It's probably smarter to do it just in case. Where's this? Topic See, oh, everything's broken. Okay. Okay, actually, that was not as that was not as bad as I thought. As far as I understand, it's just sort of declaring the location where the performance is locked, I think. Anyhow, let's get back to here, which is in set base. Nice. Now we can check base movement. That is as... So, I don't know, is it 4chan? I don't know. That's based. I think that's the first time I've used that word unironically. Dry food. I'm here for the next hour and a half or so. Hopefully we can get movement working again today. That would be quite cool. What are we doing here? I don't feel like writing this all out. Okay, so that's just checking that we don't have multiple base components. That makes sense. Okay, I don't have log character here. I'm just gonna call log. Do we have a log pawn? No, we don't. We do have a log actor. That's fine. Cool. Let's yoink this at base. Is that in the while loop? No, it's not. I'm an idiot. That should be there. Okay. What are we doing here? Okay, so that's just setting our base movement logic, okay. And now we do all the character movement things. Is simulating base changed? Set the new base component. Base change. Fair enough. And naturally, neither of those exists. Did I call it notify actor? Have I managed to screw up every single one of the arguments to this? To rename it up the top. Okie, and now we need to base change. Interesting. So we're gonna need jump off. Okay, that's in the movement component, so we should have that actually. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. Okay, the good news is I'm not seeing any errors, which should mean let's try and build that and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, okay. Well, that was fast. Okay, I've left engine API there. Hopefully it's just that. Okay, it's not that. OnRep is crouched. Do we have I put OnRep is crouched in there twice? I'm gonna say I've put OnRep and crouched in there twice and just pretend that that doesn't exist and hope that that goes just fine. So that's positive. Good news. Let's let's see if that works, I suppose. If not, I have no other leads, so really hoping for this one. Alrighty. Okay, well that's unfortunate. Okay, while we're here, oops. Is it editor or project? Yeah, let's set the near clip plane to like 2. I think I need to restart for that to take effect anyway, so. Okay. Why is movement not working? So for context, we have this class is getting very big. But if I can find it, we have a move function, which is there, which adds our movement input, but that's not working, although this is being called. Although, let's do a quick just test to make sure that the magnitude of our movement input is actually greater than 0. So we are actually like moving in a certain direction. Yeah, we should have the yeah, you can see it hasn't changed, it is still working, but our new our near clip distance is now working, so our weapon, this is, just to be very clear, this is a temporary weapon, this is not what we are going to be shipping the game with. Unless you guys are interested in World War II crossed with sci-fi? I don't know, might be interesting. April Fool's game mode revealed before the game has been revealed. Okay. Let's see where we initialize our character movement in the character. Movement. So my character movement should be initialized essentially the same way. I'm just gonna go rename that. I prefer this syntax just a teeny bit because it's a little bit clearer when you're looking at it. Even they use it sometimes and then not some other times. It's a bit strange. But that's their post initialize. Do I have a post initialize? I'm pretty sure I've got a post initialize. There we go. Okay, so we don't do anything to the mesh, but we shouldn't need to do anything to the mesh. That's the same as theirs. Post load, okay. Movement component. Setup player input component. Do we have a setup player input component? Setup player do. That's fine. It's quite a tricky one. It's a dog. I want the dog to calm down. Where's the dog? I don't know. Can't jump landed, not if I jump apex. That shouldn't have any influence. Movement base utility. That sounds potentially useful. I'm going to do quite possibly a not very smart thing and just nick the whole namespace. I can live above. I can live above our set base. Miraculously, there's only one. That's only a log character. That's the issue. I could declare a log Inferno character, I suppose. I might do that actually, just for consistency. Okay, maybe it wasn't just that was the error. Ah, we're redefining it. I see. Okay. Okay, I need to nick the namespace from the header as well. That's probably useful. And that starts, that's actually above the, yeah, that's above the class. That's like up here. And I need to drop the, oh, I need to drop the engine APIs. Okay, 2 more. Why has use relative location been declared already? Why are you not happy with me? What does force inline actually do? I think it's a macro. Okay, so that's purely for the Visual Studio compiler. I don't know why it's upset with me for that one. Let's build it and see what the error looks like. Maybe that'll give us a hint on how to. That's a lot of errors. That is a lot of errors. Okay, something tells me that it probably just doesn't want me duplicating this. Okay, that's I've still got it there. Yeah, this like whole namespace. That was handy. Okay, that does build. I'm not quite sure why that's not working. far as I understand it, we do have our character movement. Okay, well the interesting thing is our character movement doesn't have any details. That might be an issue. It did yesterday, which is not quite what you want to be hearing, I suppose. Okay, okay, now we have no character movement at all. Okay, why don't we have character movement? Okay, there is character, it's visible anywhere, it's blueprint read only. So, am I like not initializing properly anymore? Or did it need the... It'd be really weird if this was it, but that's the first thing that I can think of that I've actually changed. Plonk that there. And that got up. Nice, okay. Let's see. I don't know. It'd be really weird if that was the issue, but I guess we'll find out. It's a really thrilling stream today. Okay, yeah, apparently that was it. Very interesting. I'm very curious what that variable points to now. I do wonder if it just like needs to be car move comp. Apparently it's just the name for character movement component. Fair enough, I suppose. So name your character movement components car move comp. But everything here should be set up just fine. Walk speed, crouch, analog walk speed, everything's set up. I do wonder, just as a test, let's make just a quick new test pawn. I'm gonna add a capsule collider and a camera. That'll do just fine. And then a character. Will it not? It won't let me add a character movement component like this. Interesting. Okay. Howdy. Thanks for the good luck. Appreciate it. No worries, always happy to stream. Show you guys a little bit of what we're working on, or in this case, what I'm struggling with. Hopefully, by the end of the stream, I will no longer be struggling with it, but it's never a guarantee in game development, is it? Okay. What else can I be missing? Navigation reliance, I suppose, but we're not really using fucking The problem is I need to, like, some stuff can be copied over, some stuff, like, isn't. So I can't see replicated movement being, like, part of it. This is damage momentum. It's very specific. Gotta love the Epic Games comments. Because this movement-based utility is the only thing that I can see that, like, actually has any relevance to movement, but this is I'm considering essentially just copying all of this over and essentially seeing what I can make work and what just won't work because it's already in the base character class, or in the base pawn class for that matter. Because there's, like, a crazy amount of, like, server validation and stuff happening here. I'm actually curious how Lyra does this. Let's see. We're gonna ignore what these projects are called, okay? It stays between you and me. I forget which one it is. Because one of these is a Lyra project. Yeah, this is the Lyra project. Character. Lyra character. Okay. Lyra's always a great reference, so let's see what they do. So they built it off of a modular. Okay, I gotta let the solution load, but they built it off of something called a modular character. So I'm very curious to see what a modular character is, because I remember looking into this, and if I'm not wrong, a modular character was just like a character. But we'll find out. This little bar needs to get to the end. can I work on in the meantime? I don't know. Have you guys got any questions? Anything you want to know about our development process? Because, you know, I wish there was more I could do, but we're fairly, like, constrained in what needs to be done right now. We need to get character movement working before we can work on anything else, and then it's guns, and that'll be a little bit more interesting. I'm looking forward to those streams. Let's see what a modular character is. Yeah, so modular character is just a character and just adds game feature plugin things. So how are they overriding? No, don't debug Lyra, please. Stop. How do I stop a build? Cancel. That works. For context, the debugger is really heavy and very slow, and very useful sometimes, but I really don't need it right now. What I'm trying to see is what Lyra uses with its both with its like character architecture, and yeah, you can see that they have their own movement component. So I'm actually very interested in seeing how they built this out. Good reference is always very helpful. I wonder if Phoenix is watching the VOD. If you are, no worries at all. Yeah, it'll be as a VOD, so you know. Okay, let's see if we can find character default. That sounds about right. So this is Lyra's character default, and yeah, you can see they're using a custom character movement component. Actually curious if I can like get to that. That's going to be C++ only, of course. Lyra character movement component. Hello. So they just expand this. Okay, so the reason I'm like looking into this and why Lyra is a great reference here is because they have like double jumps and stuff that are included as part of their ability system. And we'd like to be able to customize the character movement component, which is the main reason why we're sort of ripping it out right now. But if Lyra can do it with just kind of this minimal character, then we are probably better off using this system. Map builder for community or legacy maps from H&G. That's an interesting question. There's a couple of we've discussed it internally, and it really depends on how the game ends up looking from like a match perspective. because the problem that can lead to, like, if every match like plays into like this global war, right, on an RTS map, like we don't really want to be giving the power for players to create maps that like participate in that global war, because obviously there's a ton of balance issues there. You know, it'd be very easy to make unbalanced maps, and we'd have to like verify, like we can't just let people put maps onto the entire, like, the public global war. It's not really something that we can do without breaking the game completely. Like, at the same time, it would be awesome to like let players express their creativity and let like you guys make maps and give us suggestions and stuff. But it's definitely not something that we're planning on doing soon, just from the sense that it's a lot of technical work up front. Yeah, so stage matches and that sort of like, you know, if you just want to mess around with the gameplay, you just like start, I don't know, like a practice match or whatever, and you can run your own map there. Like, it's, you know, it's a possibility. At the same time, because that's not part of the core experience that most players will have, it's really not like at all a priority. Like, we haven't discussed if it's going to happen in that context. We know that we're definitely not going to prioritize it because it's not useful in the grand scheme of the game. At the same time, modding is probably an easier avenue for us to get there, just from the standpoint that, like, if people want to mod in stuff to, you know, play in single player or with their friends, like, it saves us having to build like a complete editor because that's the really tricky bit of, because we can, you know, if we like really wanted to, I'm sure we could find a way to balance custom maps, but the real issue there comes from having to build that editor, because it's a lot of effort. It's very tricky because you need to build it you need to essentially distribute like a custom copy of Unreal Engine, which we can't really do without like Epic's help. So it's a very complicated like technical issue, far more than it is a balance issue. So at the same time, like, because we're building publicly like this, like, you guys will have a lot of input into maps. There will be a lot of like feedback going into them, and we'll be testing really early. So, you know, it's not like we'll build a map and we'll say, hey, here's this map, and then we give it out for 6 months, we don't touch it, and it's completely broken, and people will be like, please fix it. And then 6 months down the line, we'll move 3 rocks and call it a day. Okay. Now everything here is going to break because I've just removed all of that. And we're just gonna go kind of section by section. Okay, we do need the pawn client restart. Okay, let's see if that'll build. But yeah, I hope that answers the question, or at least gives some reasoning behind why, you know, certain decisions that we've made. Okay, we don't need a TPS mesh anymore. And a character movement initialized. can't do a capsule component either because that's already defined. Get capsule component. Okay, that's an interesting one. Oh, because I've got another editor open. Fair enough. Okay, that should, knock on wood now, work, hopefully. Because that's just using default character movement again. Tiny bit of a setback, that's okay. I've got Lyra for reference now, so. Yeah, we're we're aware. It's something we're trying to address, but also, yeah, I feel like people are missing, and I don't know. You're more than welcome. The biggest. Why are you not compiling? Of course. The thing that people are missing is like the HNG style of game. From what I've heard, there were a lot of issues with HNG. So we're trying to design around those issues already from the beginning a little bit. So, yeah, I hear a lot of people talking about how like there aren't really that many casual like World War II shooters out there. So that's definitely what we're aiming for. Something just a little bit more casual, a little bit more relaxed. You know, so you don't need to play Hell Let Loose if you just want to shoot some things. Okay, that's not quite what I was hoping for. Okay, I think that's this being upset. I'm not sure why though. Let's this is where the debugger that I mentioned earlier comes into play. Because here, if I like crash, what I've done there is I've set a breakpoint, so you can see that breakpoint's been hit already because during the loading. So we can step through now. So we can continue, and that'll continue the load, and continue again, because I want the engine to load. And now when I hit that, now you can see that we can like investigate. So our capsule component does exist. If I continue this, it's in our pawn client restart that things are happening that aren't. Okay, so subsystem is not available. That's the issue we're having. Okay. Why is subsystem not available? Okay, so the pawn client restart is what's causing the issue. Okay, I wonder if it's just been like accidentally reset or something. Like I'm missing a variable in the character itself. That's the wrong mannequin. that's the right mannequin. Character movements set up. Looking for the input here. Oh, your English is honestly like totally fine. Don't worry about it at all. Similar playstyle movement, like that's exactly what we're aiming for. So I'd be H and G, but in terms of like the actual like movement speed and the pace of the game and everything, like we'll try and make it as similar as possible, really. So yeah, like it'll be casual, it'll be arcadey, it'll be, you know, we're not going realistic, we're, you know, that sort of stuff. Why are you still being... Okay, where's input? Okay, all of that's set correctly. Still crashing, still crashing. Okay. So does Plonk client restart line 121? Is it the player controller? Be weird if it was the player controller. Okay, do we... Okay, let's make you small for now. Why are you not being happy? Because that's fine. Let's pop some breakpoints on there and debug. Okay, so now if I play this, that's fine. And that's what I'm waiting for. That's interesting. It's crashed before I... Okay, I'm starting to think it's actually this line right here, or super. I'm gonna uncheck that. Okay. I'm very confused why this is happening actually. But let's do it like that. Let's comment that out. And our input won't work now because that's what configures our input mapping context, which tells the engine what like keyboard buttons and mouse buttons and all the other buttons like relate to actual in-game inputs. But shouldn't crash now, but we do crash. Okay. So that it tells me that it's the super function that's causing the crash. So if I remove super, which in theory you shouldn't really be doing, but let's see what happens. Why not? It's also very possible that, now that I think about it, the issue is that something that I'm doing. Yeah, so that's fine now. Yeah, it doesn't crash. Our input still doesn't work, but that's expected because we're not running super here. But I'm very curious what the character's pawn client restart does. That is actually causing an issue. Because my guess is just that I'm like defining something somewhere. That this doesn't like. It's a little bit annoying. Is it just an include? Should I like not be including a character here or something? Okay, no, I do need character. Need the input config. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, to be honest. I'm sure it's incredibly obvious and I'll be kicking myself in about 10 minutes, but... Okay, I'm actually gonna open, I think it's this one. I've got too many projects. Because I believe this does this. This is essentially... Is it on-rep player state that I'm missing? It's not a semicolon, because otherwise it would crash like that. But, yeah, you're right. Was like on my bike not that long ago, so I'm not too worried. But, yeah, I'm just missing something, and I've forgotten what that thing is. let's go to definition. That's unprotected. Okay. Let's try that. Why not? For context, the other project, which is obviously named after the project that we won't mention, this is essentially what me and Josh were working on in the last couple of days before shit hit the fan. And this is almost identical code because we're doing almost identical things. So that was not it, actually. That is unfortunate. But I'm gonna back reference because I think this is. That is possible. That I'm missing like a definition for something. Interesting. This is just gonna annoy me now. Got the player still, got the move, got the lick, got the tick. Pawn client restart. He's functionally identical. And then we're just binding. Why is it being silly? Okay, let's just try. This is kind of a desperation moment. I'm just going to rebuild, which cleans and, as it says on the tin, rebuilds. Should be quick enough. That's what the that's what the 12-core CPU is for. Let's see, I'm curious. Yeah, a couple of the cores are getting a. Yeah, there you go. 8 cores, not 12. I'm a little dumb. 16 threads. Just 8 cores. I wonder why GPU's doing it 74%. Why is it video? Ah, of course. That checks out. That's the stream. Cheeky. Hitting every CPU core. I bought the whole CPU. I'm going to make use of the whole CPU. I paid for 100% of it, so I'm going to use 100% of it. Let's pop on a different album as well. That's a good album. I hate Microsoft sometimes. Okay, we're getting there. Nice. I highly doubt this is going to actually change anything, and I was probably just warming up my CPU for no reason, but, you know, it's worth a shot. Moment of truth. Yep. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's use the debugger and actually do this properly. Okay, so it's this this move command in the fucking x86 assembly. That was not that useful. Well, this is the fun part of game dev. At least you guys get to see that. All of this is fine. It's subsystem, which is not available for some reason. But I don't know why that matters, because we're hitting a breakpoint here. Everything else is set properly. Do we have a controller? Would the A pawn have the controller? Yeah, okay, so we do have a player controller. Backend can be really tricky. Backend can be really, really tricky. Because at least here I don't have to deal with network requests. I did like front end professionally for a while, and that was interesting. I haven't ever done backend professionally. I tend to just like cheat and use something like Pocket Base or some backend as a service. Couldn't get the value of variable subsystem. Why do you need to get subsystem? Okay, why would subsystem not be set? So what's it doing? It's doing get subsystem. Like that that should be fine. What do you mean? Like, we got a couple differences, but everything like eh. Okay. It's the weirdest bug. Okay, what do I need? Yeah, VODs are on now. They weren't on last time, but I did find out where to turn that on. So yeah, they'll be up. I'm gonna see if I can download the VOD, which I should be, right? Because they only stay up for 7 days on Twitch. So hopefully I'm gonna move them to YouTube, maybe? We'll see. We'll see. It's like the second stream. I'll figure this stuff out. You just gotta bear with me a little bit. We'll get there, and things will get more interesting as well. It may very well be possible. I haven't actually looked into it that much. I just went to OBS and hit the start streaming button, really. So I'm sure I'll, I should do some more research, to be honest. This is just sort of an accountability thing for me, and also like an accountability thing for the project as a whole. Like, you guys can actually see us working on it, and it also gets me to like sit down for a couple hours and do some actual work. I don't know, I think it's also pretty fun to like be able to show this stuff off, and maybe once we're not in whatever hell I've found myself in now by some weird, I don't know what I've done. Like, you know. If I do like, do that. I highly doubt this is gonna work, but you know, it is what it is. While that does its thing, can I add chat onto here? Text. Okay, I'll probably look that up. That might be smarter. Because yeah, that's still crashing. Now it fails at get capsule component. I'm very curious why this fails. This might actually help me like track down the issue. Okay, if I hit play now, that is a fucking miserable error actually, holy shit. What the heck? That's a really miserable error. Register the world. The gameplay clear, joining, script stack, client restart, handle starting new player. Yeah, I want to. So the reason we haven't yet is because I'm working on a Discord bot that we're going to add to the server, and that will handle like signing up for the role that gets you added to the Twitch stream chat. So until that's written, which should be, well, it depends on how quickly we decide what the actual technology we're going to use for it is. But if we can get that like picked relatively soon, it shouldn't be that long until we can do that. But yeah, it's a lot easier than managing it separately. This is what the fuck is this bug? Okay, let's just keep moving, stepping through. Step over. It's still angry about subsystem, but I don't know why, and it's also not able to show me where the error is. The fuck have I managed to do? Okay, let's just do like this. Let's compare just our characters. It's definitely like something that'll be useful just to have that bot, just as we do more streams, really, because the reason that it's been fairly lacking in terms of streams recently has just been I've been in, you know, in full exam mode, and working on my dissertation and all my uni stuff. So once that's done, like, you know, I think I'd be more than down to do this type of stream easily a couple times a week, if not, you know, every night of the week, just to, you know, spend some time with folks, make some progress on the game. I'll buy a better microphone. Okay, well that wasn't it. So that's all fine. Okay. Lifetime rep props are... Okay, yeah, you're gonna be sad now because there's a virtual that is no implementation. That's fine. If it's that function, I'm gonna be very sad. And then Josh will probably make fun of me. That's okay. Nope. Unfortunate. Those could be public, that's fine. I'm so confused. I don't need this one anymore. That was one of our... I'm glad you're finding it interesting. It's like, it's been a very boring stream, I will admit. Like, I haven't gotten up to much. But yeah, you know, if people want to watch this, I mean, there's certainly like stuff that you can learn, I mean, when I'm not screwing it up anyway. And yeah, I just think it's cool that we can give people a bit of an insight. Yeah, I genuinely have no idea. Everything here that... Is it because I'm missing like character movement component or something? Watch that be it. So this should work in theory if I like build it. This is what me and Josh were working on right before things hit the fan. So this is the only part of the work that was in theory done for Hellborn that we are allowed to use, because this was, you can see this is still all the old branding and everything. Because this was all me and Josh. This was something that we were working on right at the end. So I actually don't know how much of this I can show. But yeah. Oh my god, Josh is back. Hi Josh, I've broken the project so incredibly badly that I'm literally unable to fix it even by reverting back. Well, I've taken it now, okay? How's your food, Josh? It's not even your code, it's my code. I wrote the code. Shut up. What if I just like delete PwnClan restart? Actually, I can't argue with that. The server deleting allegations won't stop. We're not gonna delete the server, okay? I promise. Okay, so it's not even the fucking PwnClan restart. What do you mean? How have I broken it this badly? Genuinely. Honestly, if you can, just fucking do. Just fucking send me the 2 files on Discord. No, I never pushed it. It should still be the whatever's up there. Because I was, for context, Josh, I was like working on it and trying to get the custom like character thing to work, and then it still wasn't working, and so I like did the smart thing and looked at Lyra, and it's a bot. Hello bot, I would like to ban this bot. I've banned the bot. Yeah, it should be Josh. Here, let me just take me to like black my screen out. Let's go. That'll do it, I think. I'm gonna wait on stream to see if that like shows up correctly, but okay. Stream is blacked out. Let's grab Josh's files. And we're back. Amazing. Okay, where am I keeping this again? Is this my projects? Yes, that sounds about right. You're gonna pray this works. Yep, looks about right, Josh. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's wait for it to load the project, and hopefully after an hour and a half of stream, we'll be right back where we started. I'm such a great game developer. Moment of truth. I think you've managed to find like the two people in the team who played the least H&G. Okay, that's disconcerting. I don't know when I first played. It would have been like 2016, 2017 when I first played H&G. I didn't play like a huge amount of it, but the real H&G crack addict in our team is Yelzup. He played for like ages and ages. Okay, this is gonna make Josh sad. I'm just gonna do a new. Because I have a feeling it's actually just a problem with the character that's being used rather than it's just the game instance. That's fine. The game mode. The fuck? Okay, that's okay. That's something that I forgot to configure. My guess right now, my best guess is just that I've, through like constantly changing it, I've managed to screw up some sort of cache thing inside that existing character class that we had. Which is fine, I suppose. It's not that big a deal. What do I need? Okay, I need to set the ability sets. And the input config, that's what was crashing earlier. Yup. Yeah, god damn it. Okay, I just screwed up something in the old character. Josh is gonna be sad. Okay. Well, at least I now know that I was, in fact, not crazy, and the code did work okay. Okay, let's see if I can copy over as much of this as possible, so Josh doesn't get too upset. I don't know, Josh. I don't know. I literally don't know, okay? Like, I think I, like, changed my mind too many times. Basically, I've just done a 2-hour stream of me going crazy. Do you need this, or can I delete it? Could I just not bother with it? Because I'd love to not bother with it. Okay, nice. Fucking cool. Okay. Goodbye. You're genuinely fine with me just deleting all this, yeah? Okay, Josh said you can delete, so bump. Sick. Okay. Fucking redirectors. I hate redirectors. Okay. Where's the thingy to show redirectors? Show redirectors. Fix up. Okay, sorry, Josh. Sorry for breaking your code. Okay, let's fix some compilers. Just set that to that. That should now be okay. You remember how I mentioned pigeons earlier? Yeah, there's one on my thing. There's one on my window now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna delete the toggle crouch as well, because that's... because I'm pretty sure that that was just a temporary fix for the animations. all of these will have the same fix for no BPN for no character. Okay. Yep. The all-important whistle. Okay. This one's gonna get so upset at me. Okay. Josh, why'd you make this so complicated? What's it called? Inferno character. That's what it's called. How have I forgotten the name of the game that I'm working on? That's a bit silly. Just make it go away. That's really annoying. Like tooltips in the way. Gosh darn it. Thank you. Can I just toss this whole NMBP out? Like, would you feel bad about that? Because like all of this is just, we don't need this anymore. You have copies of this, I think, right? So I'm just gonna delete this. And then we can add a camera. If I just toggle control rotation. Actually, I may as well do that in the thing later. Yeah, the beauty of this is that all of our like crouch and sprint and everything still work because of how they're constructed, so that's fun. And funnily enough, that's like about as much time as I've got. But before I do dip, are you? Oh, that's fine. Before I go, let's get just some. What do we want? We want a spring arm component, so we need a object pointer to spring arm component. The include spring arm component. I want to probably nick this from, if I go into character, let's see how they define it. Just like this, that's how I want to define it. And then we can go. That's not what I wanted. That's also not what I wanted. And that's going to be our first person splash. Yeah, we got there in the end. I didn't initialize any of those. I'm dumb. Stop. You know, it's all about small, consistent progress, so. I can toss you there, and then here we can go spring arm component equals create default subobject. Spring arm component. Text. Spring arm component. And if spring arm component attachment to get capsule component. Attach the component. That's what I want, right? Why are you being fussy? Yeah, of course, because I need to do more things here. What's your signature? I'm gonna keep relative transform and then name none. Not that it's helped, because okay, what a stutter. Let's see, what's the, I've forgotten the attach method now. Sorry, setup attachment. I'll just do it to the root component, and then we'll do first FPS hands mesh, create default subobjects, the spring arm, not spring arm, the skeletal mesh component, text FPS hands mesh comp. The same thing if FPS hands mesh, and then we're going to go FPS hands mesh setup attachment spring arm component. And now if we load it up, this is like setting the baseline for our character. And I'll pop back in just a second to enable, because now if I go in here, we've got this spring arm, and I want this camera to be on those hands. Nice. And we're going to go here, and we're going to go first person hands. We set the length of the spring arm to 0. This camera can be reset. Spring arm can be rotated like that. The camera we can attach to the head bone. elaborate, Austrian? I'm not sure I get what you mean. Use an animation asset. I'm just gonna go idle. Then I'm just gonna add a skeletal mesh here. And add the SMG30 as the skeletal mesh. Okay, and gun. Oh, it's like the baseline architecture. So this is just setting up, like, you know, this is going to be our like hands mesh. This is going to be the spring arm component that uses pawn control rotation. That means I now need to rotate it back. Sorry, that I need to rotate, not you, you. Right, so this is like the basic. If I go in here now, right, I can like walk around and I can look around and everything, jump, etc. Right, so this is like the basic structure of our character here. Right, so we can now actually walk around with a gun, and I mean, very obviously this is not going to be a final like weapon model in the game, but yeah, this is sort of the like building blocks that will be used for, you know, different factions and everything. They're all going to share this like hierarchy here, I suppose. So yeah, the reason I've just added this in blueprints is because we'll be obviously spawning the weapons dynamically in the engine through code once we add actual weapons instead of just this skeletal mesh here. Yeah, this needs to not cast a shadow, so I'm just going to fix a couple of those, and I think we'll call the stream there because I'm hungry. I'm going to delete those as well. So what do I need? I need FPS hands mesh. FPS hands would be shadow. Only undersea is true. FPS hands mesh. We don't want it to cast a shadow, and baselining kind of camera and arms set up to basically. I mean, we've had a figure for a little bit. You can, like, the only thing you really need for like a character in the sense of like an entity in the world that walks around and runs around is collision and like a camera. What we're trying to build out here is like essentially when we go towards multiplayer, we're going to need to have like a first person mesh, right? So that's what these hands are, right? These hands, what I've done now is like there's no shadow now. Obviously the gun is broken and this rotation is broken as well, but like this gun won't shadow, and you can see that those arms, like if I pop out into this like third person view, I can't actually see the arms because no other players will be able to see the arms. This camera counts, or Unreal counts this as another player. It's just this like character that can see the arms. And then we've got this mesh, which I haven't populated yet, but you could imagine being populated sort of like this. And this will actually be the like third person mesh. So eventually I will do this in C++, but there is a this is called owner no C. So now you can see that when I'm in like first person, I can't see that like head or whatever, but now if I pop out, then that character is there. So this is what everybody else will see, and we'll add animations to this, of course. But when I pop back in, I see just the first person hands. So right now the rotation point is a little bit skewed just because of the like root origin of the first person hands mesh. So what we can try and do is move like this up by 90, and then move this down by 90, and now you can see it's much more reasonable. But we'll be using a different hands mesh, I think, than this, so I'm not too concerned about it for the moment. This is just like what we'll be using for the character going forward, because before we were building with like true first person, and that wasn't working out for us in terms of animations. So I think whenever the next stream is, I'll be adding some more movement modes and stuff to this character. You can see they line up exactly because they're technically the same mesh, but nah, no shooting yet. That's the tricky part about shooting is that, like, in theory it's very much easy to implement shooting. Like, I could do it right now if we really wanted to, right? It's just like line trace. If I can type. This is all you really need for a basic shot, right? The reason that it takes a while to get there is because you need everything around it. So, you know, if I like have a weapon, I need to be able to account for ammunition, I need to have reloading states, I need to have a whole bunch of logic around spawning weapons, equipping weapons, how many weapons can actually be equipped at one time, is the weapon equipped or is it not, which, you know, make sure that we're firing with the weapon that's equipped and not the one that's unequipped. How does the inventory work? All of that sort of stuff like plays a role into it. So it's right now we want to get movement working, and then we'll work on our weapon system, and once those two are in, that's like a lot of the gameplay really, that, like, you know, at that point we can start like handing it around internally and being like, okay, here's like a little testing map, there's no multiplayer yet, but like just run around and try and shoot some targets and see how that feels. And, you know, maybe at that point we consider releasing like a test, like a gunplay build to supporters, and just say, hey, you know, run around, shoot some things, tell us what you think, because we really want to nail that gameplay down. But yeah, this looks this looks very dumb right now, to be honest with you, but hey, we'll get there. Progress is progress. And yeah, hopefully we'll make some more progress next time. This was very slow, I apologize for that. Unreal had a bit of a vendetta against me, it seems. But yeah, if you guys want to chat some more, I'll probably hop into the supporters voice channel for a teeny bit just to chat. But then I'm gonna go get food. But yeah, thanks so much for joining on the stream. Really appreciate it. It'll be up as a VOD at some point once I can figure that out. And yeah, very excited to do this again. Hopefully much sooner than much sooner than the last one. I might hop on tomorrow actually. We'll see. But yeah, thanks guys. Have a good night or good morning or whatever, wherever you are. You're very welcome. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Bye.